What's up, Ford Country, and fans of all things Ford? We're back with a new episode of the Ford Drawing Board. So let's talk about some concept cars. Now, before we dive into this particular concept car, we have to give a quick shout out to our buddy Caesar. He's the one that recommended this vehicle, and hey man, we appreciate you. This really is one heck of a concept car, and debatably the most famous concept car of all time. That's right. We're talking about the 1955 Lincoln Futura. Side note, we are talking about the Lincoln Futura and not the Ford Futura. And while Ford technically does own Lincoln, that's a story for a whole different video. Now, to describe the Lincoln Futura, you could say it's out of this world, and that barely begins to cover it. Just take a look at the clear canopy top, super angular headlight hoods, and those outward canted tail fins. Out of this world, right? Now, the model of the Lincoln Futura was handmade by Carrozzeria Ghia. And while we're on the subject of Ghia, something very interesting about the Futura is that pearlescent paint coat. Wow, one of the secret ingredients was thousands upon thousands of ground up fish scales. That's what helped give it that pearlescent appearance. Sounds fishy? It's fact. And we have to tip our hats to Ghia for coming up with a very creative artistic solution. Now, to double back on the fins that we were talking about earlier, fin is actually a pretty appropriate word for the overall design. It was inspired by Bill Schmidt, who actually encountered a shark while he was on a diving trip. Well, you can see where he got the influence. So the Lincoln Futura made its debut at the 1955 Chicago Auto Show, which was televised, so this one was definitely on people's screens and gathering a lot of attention. And a very major difference between this and a lot of other concept cars is the Lincoln Futura had a full powertrain, so this thing was fully operational. And as I'm sure you can probably tell from the photos, the Futura might look a little bit familiar. Well, to all my superhero fans out there, that's because the Futura was the direct influence for the one and only Batmobile. That's right. The classic original Batmobile from the 1960s TV series where Adam West played the Caped Crusader. This has been the Ford Drawing Board. If there are any concepts or Ford prototypes that you'd like to see featured on the show, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.